I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go.
And we're back. You know, big shout out to Ashley Bowles. I loved your text, by the way, Ashley.
We appreciate that. We are going to rub it in.
Yeah, you are a bad man, Ashley. Let me tell you.
Bad influence.
So only Ashley is laughing in his car right now. Everyone else is wondering what else we're
is that about?
I brought a guest today.
You did.
Well,
you did. It's up to you.
She's a superstar from KW The Met. Let's welcome a warm welcome for Cindy Gertner.
Yay!
Thank you, and good morning, Houston.
There we go. And surrounding areas.
And surrounding areas, that is correct.
Of course.
I've had the pleasure of sponsoring a monthly after-hours get-together. Alcohol is optional for KW Met. And we've been meeting lots of great people over there. One of them was Cindy, and it's been my pleasure to sponsor that. We've had some really nice evenings over there. Once a month we get together, and it's been great fun. And so that's how we met. And actually, I gave away. We did a drawing for an appearance on the big show, and Cindy was the big winner. And
so
you know
she
what?
is a winner.
She was the winner. And she was very excited about it. It was kind of nice. She was like, "Well, I've always wanted to be on that show, and I've never been on." I'm like, you're on, so welcome.
Well, thank you so much. Absolutely. It was a karaoke event, and I consider myself the Gertner that can't sing, so I'm glad I didn't have to sing that many numbers that evening.
Right? Because you know, Rob here, I'm sure has experience with the Houston club scene. Do you know who's Cindy?
Scott Gertner you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
That's right.
He's
my brother.
Legendary.
Sky Bar. How about that?
That's right.
I remember him singing back in the 80s and stuff like.
Oh, of course, he's an icon in the city.
He is an icon. So yeah, exactly. So we know famous people.
We know famous people now.
Or
That's
famous
awesome.
people's sister.
Well, talk about how you got into real estate.
Well, I've been in sales and marketing for 20 plus years. I've been in advertising sales. I sold airtime at radio stations. I've been in promotional product sales. And for the Sky Bar, I did all the marketing and promotional
awesome. You
events
did a good
there
job.
as well.
Everybody knows who he is.
Right.
So
right.
good for you. And it's the same thing that you do for real estate. Market.
Absolutely. It's all about relationships, and that's why I got into real estate. I love Houston. I love the real estate scene here. I have a lot of fabulous relationships, and that's how I got into it 2 years ago.
So you're fairly new in the business too. That's
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
You know, I like those transitions, and that's what I always loved about the real estate family is that everyone came from a different walk.
Yes.
You know, we've got doctors, attorneys, we got engineers. Our favorite. Everyone thinks it's lawyers that are tough. Engineers are far tougher than attorneys are. But that's awesome. So you've been over here at the Metropolitan. We have a lot of good friends over at the Metropolitan. There's about what you said 650 now.
About 650 high energy agents.
Yes, all type A personalities, all under one roof. What could go wrong?
Right, right. In the disc profile, we're all a bunch of eyes.
Yes, that's right. So, what area do you focus on?
I basically focus on the inner loop. I consider myself more of a marketing consultant.
Well, expound on that a little bit.
Okay, of course. I'll go in and I'll establish a relationship. And the number one thing I want to do if I'm doing a listing is interview the seller. What made them fall in love with that home? What do they like most about it? Is it the kitchen? Is it how they feel when they cook a meal for their family? Is it the big closets with the bright lights? Is it the sound systems? Is it the neighborhood, the schools? And I'll get to know the seller. And then what I'll get to do is when we do the copy for our listings, I will sell that sizzle. So it makes it attractive to someone who's looking for the same thing, the family barbecues, the playgrounds, the gardening. I want to tap certain markets.
Yeah, there's that background coming out.
Of course,
Yes.
of course, then that
And
could
the sizzle,
backfire.
the sizzle's what sells.
Oh, the sizzle what sells.
Yeah, they backfire. You ask them what they love about the home, they start telling what they love about the home, and going, I really do love this home. And thank you for coming by.
Right. Right. But they can let it go,
Yeah.
and they want somebody else to enjoy it.
Well, you find out what their motivation is, and sometimes it's, and of course, downsizing, upsizing. There's a lot of reasons that people are, electing to do that.
And Rob, you always tell us individuals don't buy whole homes. They
No,
buy
they don't buy a part of
feature.
the home.
They like the best inside a property.
Yeah,
Right?
they're buying lifestyle.
New lifestyle. I have a lot of people coming to me coming from the Kingwood area, Clear Lake, who are empty nesters who now have season tickets downtown for the Alley and for Jones Hall and for Hobby Center. And I love that because I love to see them starting a new chapter of their lives.
Yeah, that commute gets a little old, as the people who have driven in today from Cypress and Woodlands and stuff can attest to.
Yes.
I've got 4 years to go to be empty nest, and the countdown has begun. 25 years of it I've been going through.
And you are one of those individuals who is buying all those tickets to
I
go
do.
to
No
venues
offense
downtown.
to the Houston
Yes.
Texans, but I did recently let go of my season tickets and have done season subscription to the Broadway, the Hobby Center, and Tuts, and all of it. So I'm
Have you gotten
becoming
your invitation to go with them?
I haven't yet. No.
supporter of the
I'm waiting on
arts.
it.
And for next season, by the way, I have Saturday night row A of the Gallery Center tickets for the Broadway. So I'm very excited.
And you're still trying to find some PSLs right now you can buy
I
at
am.
a good price to get back into those Texans
I might
tickets.
get back into Texans if I can get a
Yes.
good deal.
Yeah, because he wants to start taking me more often. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I might take Cindy because she's a Jersey girl.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
And how about that?
Right.
Yes.
We have a similar accent going on.
Patterson, right? Did they ever say?
I was born in Patterson,
Patterson,
New Jersey.
New Jersey, like-
Right.
Now, what brought you from New Jersey to Texas?
Well, I was 9 years old at the time. I had no choice. Came with my family.
Yeah.
My uncle was in real estate for many years. He had apartments, hospitals, nursing homes, hotels, and it's always been in the blood.
So say your best, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Right.
Forget about
But
it.
that's for Italians. I'm not Italian. But
I
my
thought that's
father's a
just for
Bronx
Jersey,
boy.
Period.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Favorite Bruce track? Favorite Bruce song?
Oh, favorite Bruce, Asbury Park. That's where he's from. It was a great,
That's
great
for
area.
sure.
Right. I love Bruce.
Born to Run.
Born to Run is right.
I keep trying to get some on the bus but we can never get. I'm trying to get some Bruce bump in music, but I can't. I just never get around to it.
No.
What
No, and you put on some Bruce last time on the bus, and it didn't go over very well. They asked you to change it right away.
No,
Or
that wasn't
what-
Bruce. That was.
Which one was
We
it?
tried to play Night Shift. I thought on the way
Night
back
Shift,
home
yeah.
at night on the bus, but
On the night shift. Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
I know.
Right. I have a little bit more of an R&B influence.
There you know what? Speaking of which, speaking of bus trips and drinking wine, our Cindy is also a bit of a wine expert like our Rob. Why don't Rob's all about a
Absolutely.
Cabernet. What about you?
Cabernet.
Yeah, big, bold cab. Absolutely.
Big, bold. Right.
bold cab,
Maybe a little
definitely.
licorice finish or tobacco, smoky, chocolate.
there, yeah.
Feel them coming. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, we're about to go over to breakfast, and I think there's probably some choices over
Some
there.
choices over there. We definitely have
Other
a
than
lot of
just
choices
orange
over there
juice.
as usual. Yes, other than just orange juice.
Absolutely.
And
So
mimosas that
you
is
got
correct.
into the market just when the market was kind of changing, and you probably have seen a change even in the 2 years you've been there. What have you seen?
Oh, yes. Of course, the end of last year was fabulous, okay, for sellers. And now it's more of a buyer's market. And I see some changes going on, a lot of reduced prices, a lot of FSBOs. People try to do it, that's for sale by owner.
Thank you.
People try to do it on their own, okay? And eventually they'll go with an agent.
Well, our value has gone up exponentially since CFPB has gotten into the scene because they can get somebody to come buy it.
Right.
They just can't always get them to close it, and that's the big difference.
You can take the reservation. You just can't
keep
the
the
reservation. Good Seinfeld reference right there.
Love it. Makes a big difference. But we've seen actually what we've seen, and it's still statistically, it's still a seller's market with about 4.6 months supply. We actually did have a very slight increase,
Right.
but that over 700 has got more like a 10-month supply. And so that's where we're seeing a lot of people. You get, especially in the Woodlands, when you put a house on the market, that's been on the market for 2 hours, the seller calls up and says, "Where's my 6 contracts?" Those days are gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
That's it.
A lot of people like to go it alone, and they overlook so many things. What goes on with the closing costs. They sell an empty house. We were talking about it earlier. You must stage a house. You must make it look inviting, whether it's the curb appeal or inside. They misprice their home. They have to reduce the price.
That's
and
probably
reduce
the biggest
price.
mistake they make. Even if they have a realtor, they often misprice because the realtor gives in. They said, you're in charge. We're giving you the advice, but ultimately you're in charge, and so they overprice it. And then ultimately they'll get a lower price, and they would have gotten it. They priced it right in the first place.
Right.
One of the things that was told to us a long time ago, which is pretty interesting, is actually if you right price it from the beginning, you have a better opportunity to have bids brought on it to bring up the price.
I actually knew somebody that did a strategy would put it under market slightly.
Right.
Right.
Because he knew, because of the market we were in, that he was going to get multiple offers.
Absolutely.
And Donna and Cindy have both mentioned staging in the last 5 minutes, and we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out to our great sponsor, Mary
Scally.
Elegance, who is a great stager, loves it with a passion, and the type of people you want to deal with who really have passion for what they do, and she's great. So
Absolutely.
Shout out to Mary.
Big shout out to Mary. Great home stager. We're coming up against the end of this show. How can we reach you if you don't mind?
Oh, please call me, Cindy Gertner. My phone number is 713-303-4839, or reach me by email, cindygertner@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you.
That is Cindy Gertner, the non-singing Gertner.
Right.
That is great. We always enjoy great guests and great individuals on the show. Today's been an incredible show. We also like to leave everything with a good quote. And today I've got 2 quotes, actually, that I'm going to do. First says, 90% of all millionaires become so through owning of real estate. Thought that was pretty interesting. But more importantly, Steve Martin said, be so good, they can't ignore you. Till next time, we are out.
So tune in to The Really Big Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on 100.7 The Word.